yeah, we only have Chris for a limited amount of time, so let's go straight into the next topic here. And it actually has to do with Del Toro, who I agree actually would be an even better fit for Nightbreed than Clive Barker himself, because he also has this penchant for monsters.
Well, add another one to the fire, I guess.
Yeah, and another monster that he almost did was for Star Wars, namely the rise and fall of Jabba the Hutt. A take that he was super happy with, but since it's not his property and not his money, he basically had to deal with that this was something that Kathleen Kennedy did not really want to pursue. Isn't that the gist of it? Mr. Gore, have you had time to read the story yet? What's your thoughts on it?
He must have stepped away.
Sorry about that.
Oh, there he is. Okay, sorry.
I have not had time to read the story.
Well, the gist of it basically is Guillermo Del Toro was doing a Jabba the Hutt movie, and he isn't doing a Jabba the Hutt movie.
I believe it was a musical.
Very happy with his take.
I just think someone of Guillermo Del Toro's caliber, of his status, an Oscar-winning filmmaker, the fact that he couldn't do that, it would have been incredible, because you've got the people that they've collected to do stuff for television. It would have been great to see someone like Guillermo do that. So whatever it is, I think was probably, that seemed like would be a huge mistake. So there you go.
Do you think he would have done it like The Godfather? Like Jabba didn't want to be part of the family, but then they killed his father and now he is.
I think it would have been like it would have been like Godfather, why Jabba's this hardened, horrible person. You sort of see the justifications for that. That would probably be the route they would go. If you look at Guillermo del Toro's work, one of the threads and themes that follows through all of his work is very sympathetic towards so-called monsters, right? Like Hellboy, sympathetic monster. When you look at what am I spacing
Shape of
on?
Water.
Shape of Water, same thing. So he's very sympathetic towards monsters, or what we feel we should fear. So I think it would be a very sympathetic look at Jabba the Hutt, and probably would have been very good. So, yeah.
How difficult it is to be the mob boss of Tatooine.
Right, exactly. Or of the galaxy, and getting, behind, we would see probably Jabba as a much smarter character than he's been portrayed in the movies, is sort of surface level, just,
Well, he's still very clever. He doesn't fall for Jedi mind tricks. He does think a couple of steps ahead. It's just he fell a little bit short by, I guess, embracing his lust for scantily clad women.
Right. I love that, licking princess.
I'm only game for this if Guillermo plays Jabba himself.
Right.
Be him and two other guys in that suit. That's
I know, but he just and I love him to death, but he kind of looks like Jabba.
It's the eyes. It's just the eyes.
And he's got that voice that no, I this would have possibly been fun, but I can see this also being on the pile of how many projects does Guillermo del Toro announce that never get made?
He takes a very long time to finish development to get ready for production. I think he lost Pacific Rim 2 because of that. He's
lost a lot of films because of that.
Actually, even Hellboy 3 he lost because of that. He wanted to spend more time on it.
He even he even had The Hobbit up until close to shooting, and he's like, yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to do this. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and let's not even get started on the Mountains of Madness by H.P. Lovecraft.
So he's got more
he would have been perfect for, and he screwed that up too. And just if anyone thinks it was the studio or something, no, the studio were being perfectly reasonable in their demands. It was him. If you wonder why we don't have a Mountains of Madness movie, you have no one else to blame for that than Guillermo del Toro himself. That was 100% on him.
Unfortunately, the same can be said for Hellboy 3 because he refused to make it for less than a certain amount. And But no, I think he's an excellent talent, but I mean, it does take him too long. In fact, that Pinocchio movie that came out last year, he started talking about making that the year after the original one came out.
Wow.
That's how long he's been talking about. No, I'm just kidding. It was a dumb joke. But like, no, he does that. He'll bring up a project and it's like 10, 15 years down the road. Maybe, just maybe it will happen. But I think the funnier part of this is just another property, because what he's saying here is not so much that he didn't do it because of his own choices in this case. But he said, it's not my property, not my money. What I see here is he had a concept. They were probably warm to it, but then he's like, yeah, I'm going to need this budget. And they're like, no.
Which
Well,
is
it's
funny
funny
that you would
because-
say that they'd laugh at it because given how much they've spent already.
I know,
on Star
right?
Wars.
But this
Yeah,
is
I was
Guillermo
about to
Del
say,
Toro, right?
if
That's the
there's
thing.
if there's one company where he could get away with the kind of money that he asks for, it's this one.
Well, this just goes to show you how much money he probably did put on the table thinking that. That's the thing. You guys got to come from his perspective too. He's used to asking these studios that laugh him out of the room for $250 million like it's milk, right? He's going to walk into Disney. What do you think his budget probably for he probably presented them with like a $350 million budgeted film.
Oh, at
That's probably
least
what he
I'm
did.
sure he's like, yeah.
That's what I'm
okay.
saying.
It's
Yeah.
ironic because he said I can do it for 200 million, and it'd still end up costing 350 million at the
That's
end
what,
of
and
the day.
they knew better. That's probably why.
Yeah. I mean, some directors, they just need to learn to rein themselves in. And Del Toro is absolutely one of those, because most of the movies that we have lost out on is because he made demands that are honestly completely ridiculous, that no studio really should go along with, when he can compromise so easily. And here's like the thing, that was the case with Mountains of Madness, because there he demanded basically 2 out of 3 things. And the studio, they were like, okay, we can grant 2 out of 3, but not 3 out of 3. And those 2 things was, it has to star Tom Cruise, it has to be allotted a budget of 250 million or something like that, and it has to be rated R. And the studio was willing to meet him on 2 out of 3 of those. And he was like, nope, need all of them, or I'm not doing it. And then they were like, yeah, well, good luck then. See you elsewhere. And honestly, that's on him.
Mm.
Anybody else got anything to say about Guillermo and Jabba the Hutt property that didn't happen?
All I can say is that
unfortunately,
it's
there's no
lost to
details.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Okay. One at a
Guillermo-
time.
Guillermo's talented, and yes, maybe he takes a while to develop things, but I think we missed out on this, and we were going to miss out on this because of, well, what happened with the Boba Fett thing, which was just a complete miss in the Disney Plus realm. So I'm not surprised this got shelved.
I don't think we missed out on anything. I mean, now listen, yes, Del Toro is good, but he's given us no hints of what it potentially could be that are actually of anything of substance. So thank you for saying, hey, you got to pitch a Star Wars movie and they didn't take it.
So you
I
don't
get to update my list.
You don't think we'd get to see him go from being a little wiggly worm to the king of the criminal?
Actually, I don't know if that makes the list because it was never announced. Although we did hear rumors about talks of a Jabba the Hutt movie, remember?
Well, good thing for them that they didn't announce it. Maybe they had learned.
This clip was taken from Midnight's Edge in the Morning, which streams live every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 9 AM Pacific Time on the Midnight's Edge main channel. There you can send in your live questions and comments before clips and full stream replays are uploaded to Midnight's Edge live archives. We are also on Twitter, Rumble, Odyssey and Facebook, so smash that like, help share, subscribe and join us.